Together we're going to talk about my journey, so how I learned Korean in just a few hours in 1 week. And by learning Korean, I mean learning the alphabet and being able to form very simple sentences. Then I'm going to tell you how I used Duolingo to get this outcome, and then tell you how I'm going to use it in the future with other resources to go more in depth, especially in things that Duolingo can't help you with. After talking to a friend and exploring a bit Duolingo, I decided to try it again. I was only just going to try it for a day and see if I like it, and this experiment snowballed in the 1 week of Korean. In my opinion, the strength of Duolingo comes from this idea that you create a daily habit. Even if you spend 3 minutes on it, it's better than not doing anything. You learn over time that you can actually make time for things that you like doing, like learning a language. I plan to use Duolingo as my lifeline for Korean, and thanks to it I feel a bit more optimistic and a bit less alone in that learning endeavor. The pretty cool thing is that the app is really focused on differentiating words from one another and trying to practice forming the right sentences. So when you're learning a new languages, you're actually working on a lot of different skills. So you're picking up writing, reading, speaking, understanding, and that's a lot. And I think you should treat these skills as very different components from one another. To optimize your learning and to make a good use of the time you spent on Duolingo, you should really be active while doing it and try to use it in an appropriate method that will yield the most results for the time spent. One key idea to remember is that to learn, you have to be active. So you cannot just follow the exercises, even if they are meant and designed to make you active. You also have to take the matter in your own hands. In some exercises, you will hear a sentence in your target language,
산은 공원에 있습니다.
and then you will have to place the right spelling, pronunciations, and word below it.
산은 공원에 있습니다. 공원에 있습니다.
I think at first it's great to use the words that are already given to you, but as you become a bit more advanced, I feel that the right way to do it is actually to use your keyboard and type it out yourself, as it will test you a bit more and you will know if you have the right spelling and if you can actually remember the words by yourself. Because in that way you're not just recognizing them, but you're also being able to retrieve them to use them with the correct spelling. One thing that I'm not sure a lot of people use is the practice mode. The practice mode is really good to go back on things that you learned a few days ago and see if it still sticks. And the great thing about the practice mode is that you're going to have questions on things you failed previously on. That way you can become better at things you were not good at before. When you're done with a sequence of exercise, you actually have a button and you can review your lesson, so you can go back on what went wrong. I would advise you to look at the sentence that you got wrong and try to say it out loud again. Is Duolingo enough? Yeah, I think in the beginning, when you're just starting out with the language, it can be your only, your standout course. But as you progress, I feel like it's interesting to complement Duolingo with other resources. So for me, at the beginning of the week, I was, for most of the week, I was only using Duolingo. But at the end of the week, I was able to form sentences, and I actually felt the need to go back a little bit on the alphabet. Not the alphabet itself, but the pronunciation rules that are linked to it. So I decided to take a specific resource. I really want to get my pronunciation right before moving on to more complex tasks. Overall, I had a great week with Duolingo. Moving forward, I'm going to use other resources to complement Duolingo on specific things. So for example, I'm also going to use a notebook to, when I hear something, try to write it down and then see if I get the words right and the spelling right. I'm going to learn how to type in Korean with a keyboard. That way, when I will do exercises, I will be able to type them out and see if I get it right.